Hey everybody, it's Tim and Tara here from Money Matters for Everybody.
Hello.
So I just got done talking to TJ about his teenpreneurship.
His budding empire.
It's so awesome to be raising a little entrepreneur. And I think what's even more awesome is I think Ryan's catching up to speed.
Yeah, he's starting to get to work. He's also saving for something at the moment.
Oh, do we know what he's saving for?
Season passes to the mountain are due this month. So I know that's part of it.
I think he has enough to pay for it, but
he doesn't know that.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
He has no idea what's in the bank account.
We have this creations business that him and his brother are working on, and then his painting and handyman business, and then his teenpreneur book and course that we're working on as well. Lots of fun stuff. So what's going on in the world of money?
I've been busy
with primetime
photography. I've been doing lots of work for Ryan's swim team this year. I was the team photographer, and now that the season's wrapping up, I've been putting together the end of season slideshow.
Primetimephotography.net has some photos, not from the swim team, I don't think.
Not yet.
From vacation, there's a photo gallery, and they can kind of see, people can see your work.
Yeah, and I've been giving out lots of business cards because people see me taking the pictures, coming up to me, and thanking me for taking the pictures, and they really like the pictures that I've been posting. So
we got some good action shots.
And at least 3 have told me, come into season, they're going to try to buy some of the prints off the gallery. So I have to finish getting that gallery set up.
Timeline.
But
project management comes in handy, right? We're both project managers, and I think that's really helped us a lot along the way. Skills will help, because I will be the one adminning all of the businesses that are going on under this umbrella.
In addition to that, family photo shoot today.
Lots of experience.
Doing lots of stuff to get my name out there and doing stuff.
Definitely. So what we're doing is, obviously we've talked about it 1,000,001 times, got out of debt, started building wealth. Our end goal, is it to build as much wealth as possible? I don't know. Got to pray about that, I think. But I think being generous along the way is an important piece of it as well. And raising kids, the next generation, to understand, like, don't rely on the government. Question everything. Question everything, even if it's going to drive us crazy. Just question it. Don't take what I tell you other than wash your hands, because it's going to help you not get sick. Remember the time when Ryan got sick?
He's washed his hand ever since.
And TJ was like, Ryan had a stomach virus, right? And, did I bother your arm? Sorry. Ryan had a stomach virus, and TJ emphatically said, like, he proclaimed, I'm not getting that stomach virus because I washed my hands. And he didn't. And I was like, please God, don't let this kid get a stomach virus. And then Ryan, ever since, he washes his hands, because we had this conversation. He got sick, and I made a comment like, hey dude, like, I'm not sure that you wash your hands consistently, and it's such a simple thing to do. Water, soap, water, rub, rinse, pat dry, like, simple. And I'm not sure that you're doing it, and washes his hands ever since. He's also really, really good at the one of, like, when we say, question everything. Game on.
Yeah, no question.
You said, but I was wondering. He's like a little young Sheldon, right? I think I'm a little young Sheldon. So what else is going on with money? About our insurance and how we save money on insurance. We're saving up for our next vacation later on this year. Economically, I don't really know that anything is really changing. I do look at real estate often in this area, because I'm praying through it. I'm praying all of the things about, like, maybe a second home at a lake nearby. I think lake or ocean. I think a lake is better. It's quieter, calmer. I know he loves the ocean, so I don't know. He might win. If you can find an ocean house for the price of a lake house, maybe, we'll see. And so I see some prices kind of like coming into what's more reasonable.
Yeah.
Now maybe I'm tainted at this point, because I'm like, oh, I think that's a good price.
Yeah, I mean, see a little bit of a level setting of some of the real estate pricing, at least in some of the areas we're looking at. Some are still, insane, but some level setting. I know you've seen some articles recently that predicting increases in foreclosures over the next while.
Yeah, I follow Economic Ninja on YouTube. He's kind of crazy, I'll be honest with you. Happens to come on in a couple minutes. I'll listen. I speed everybody up to like a 2.0. When I post these videos, I speed them up to like a 115, 120, sometimes faster. So we don't really talk that fast in real life. It's just because I feel like I need to get through it, and I don't want people are going to be so bored and sounding the alarm for a little while. And so some of it, you're kind of like, and again, it comes back to when I said to you, like, do you think it's gonna storm? And I asked you if you think it's gonna storm, and you said it doesn't really matter because our house is in order. Financially, we're okay. And I think that was a pivotal, like, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't go in getting ourselves in over our heads with our mortgages.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be in good shape no matter what.
We have a 2.9 on this house. Like, we have like a home equity loan as our mortgage. That's not a home equity line of credit, a home equity
straight up loan, home equity loan.
Straight up loan. And we've been paying a little bit extra on it. You know, a couple months we pay a little bit more than others. And at 2.99, I don't think that's ever going to come back in our lifetime.
No time soon.
But then Ninja was talking about how I guess these cycles come in every 7 years, especially in terms of real estate, right? Commercial real estate. And I don't own commercial real estate, so it's not relative to me.
Right.
But I did mention last week, I think to you, that I saw that 2 hotels in San Francisco had turned their keys into the lender. And I thought, what's up with that? Well, turns out they couldn't refinance. And I guess commercial real estate requires refinancing. You never pay those bad boys off. Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's part of how you work the profit and loss.
I guess.
I don't know.
It must be something well beyond what I understand. People will sometimes say, I'm not paying off my mortgage. And you shouldn't pay off your mortgage either because you have a tax deduction. And I'm like, you have a 20% tax deduction. So for every dollar you give to your lender, you save 20 cents that you're sending to the Fed. I think I'd rather just send the 20 cents to the Fed and pocket the 80 cents in my savings account. Like, come on, people, this is ridiculous. But in commercial, I don't know if it's the same way. I just don't need to do commercial.
Right.
I don't need to do commercial.
Yeah, but then, so you had seen the article about the 2 hotels in San Francisco. And then I saw an article this week that I showed you about a real estate trust that's actually handing back 19 hotels, 2 of which are kind of in our area. So that was kind of interesting to see. Some people speculating that's going to be the start to be a downturn in the economy, seeing it as potential for growth. Where you can.
Oh yeah, the people that have their financial house in order are going to make it rain. It's going to get a little scary, right? But the people that, like, downturns are where millionaires are made. You're in a position and you don't have debt. Like, oh my gosh, you have so much potential. Dallas firm to hand keys back to 19 hotels. And it's Ashford Trust, which is a real estate investment trust. Uncle Dave doesn't recommend REITs. He recommends mutual funds. And they couldn't refinance them. They couldn't get refinancing terms. They just turned them over to the lender. They said it'll save them money, but it basically leaves these banks. I personally feel like I'm going to speak out of turn here, but if somebody like this says, we're just going to turn the keys over to you, I'd make your entire organization insolvent to pay for it.
Yeah.
This is bad news for them. We follow Bigger Pockets. And in one of them, they said a different path to real estate investing in turbulent times. And reading this article, I think I read it to you as well, but this one builder, real estate developer, was complaining that his bank people have been weird.
Yeah.
And he needs to find a new source of debt, like private debt. And I was like, it's really interesting. Like, maybe you just need to learn how to operate with some cash in your pocket. I don't know. Maybe it's just obviously. It's just when people tell me that they built their empire and they built it, but it's like all based on equity. It's all like, and this is one of the issues I have with Bigger Pockets. You buy, you renovate, repair, you refinance, and then you rent and repeat. Well, what happens if you don't have renters? I just sell it. Well, what happens in an economic downturn when nobody's buying because they don't want a 7 or 8% mortgage? What happens? Then I just eat it. Yeah, you just eat it. And how did that work for your wealth? Like, I'm not saying that investing in real estate is not a good idea. I'm saying that you have to do it smartly. Yeah. I'm saying that if you're going to take out debt to build your empire, I told you this week, was it Warren Buffett's quote? That when the economy makes a downturn and the tide goes out, we start to see who was skinny dipping, right? And I want to encourage you, you're out of debt and you're wealth building and you're just chomping at the bit, because I know for us personally, we were like, we're going to get into real estate investing, and we were reading the books and we were looking at the deals and we were like, I don't think I can do this. I don't have the stomach.
Yeah, there were a couple that we were kind of on the fence that we almost pulled the trigger on, and then
And we prayed about it, and it was just simply a no. Like, no, you've gotten out from debt. You've run so far away from it, and you're out of that grave. And you are into a new phase of your life and your journey, and you're building wealth. And people are going to say, well, the stock market is flimsy. Yeah, it is. But if you look at it over a span of time of 30, 40, 50 years, it's still something you can count on. And I think that Ramsey has a recommendation with regards to how much wealth you have and then how much of that is in real estate. And he is a real estate fanatic. I wouldn't be surprised if that team has built up most of Nashville and Franklin. I wouldn't be surprised. And very smart at it, and has done it all in cash.
This time around.
But as I was reading this article where this guy basically says, I'm done with banks. I was like, oh, Dave Ramsey said the same thing too.
Yeah.
But for a different reason. And so it was just kind of a reminder that you can build your legacy on debt, but I just think that that's really risky. You might get burnt.
Yeah.
You might get burnt. So anything else?
No, I think that's
enough
everything for
today. So what are you doing to advance your situation? What are you doing right now? That would be my question for you. Where are you in your journey? Are you on a budget? Are you working the baby steps? Are you getting out of debt? Are you building wealth? Are you a baby step millionaire? I'd love to know that. A baby step millionaire is a different class of people. What are you doing? Where are you at? Have you reached it yet? And how does it feel? Because I don't know what I thought about being a baby step millionaire. I'm feeling different. Yeah. I don't spend any different. All right, guys, I hope you have a great week, and we hope that you are doing well to advance your financial journey. Have a good
one, everyone.
Bye.